An SES boat has capsized in floodwaters in the North Queensland town of Ingham, killing one person. Hundreds of millimetres of rain have already been recorded across the region and several major flood warnings have been issued. Joe O'Brien is in Townsville, where a deadline for residents in 6 suburbs to leave has just passed. Joe, a tragic update from authorities there.
Yeah, Ruby, really sad news that someone has died in these floods already. As you can see, the rain is still pouring down here in Townsville. Just as an indication of just how heavy this is, over the last few hours, which is the start of the new day for the Bureau of Meteorology in terms of measuring what's happening, 140 mils of rain has fallen just in the last couple of hours at a spot up near Ingham, and Ingham is where this death has occurred. There was, over the last couple of days, there had been 700 mils at the Wallaman Escarpment. That rain was pouring down from there into the Herbert River and surging down through Ingham. We heard from the mayor of that area a little earlier this morning, describing how locals were expecting this was going to be the worst flood that they'd had in 60 years. And he was also talking about the need to be as careful as possible, and just really sad to hear just in that media conference in the last hour or so that someone has passed away. Let's take a listen to what police had to say.
This is tragically, sadly, it highlights the dangers and the risks of these events, and that's why we are engaging with members of the community and asking them to heed the advice of emergency services workers. But these type of events do put our members of the community at risk, but also it puts our emergency services workers and our emergency services volunteers at risk.
Yeah, so there were 6 people in that boat, 2 state emergency service personnel and 4 civilians. It capsized, and one woman, a member of the public, wasn't able to be saved. And so really sad news there. And just in the Cardwell area, just over the range there from Ingham, there are swiftwater rescues happening as well, as an indication of just how broad this emergency is affecting parts of North Queensland. But yeah, also keeping an eye definitely on what's happening in Cardwell at the moment too.
There is more rain to come, and there is the prospect of record rainfalls and therefore that event being reached, those conditions. Now, I'm just asking people, just take the precautions, prepare for the worst, listen to the advice. Please don't discount this. This is a serious event, and we're asking people to heed the advice as it comes to hand.
And that was the Queensland Premier David Crisafulli speaking there about the dangers here in Townsville. So there's been about 500 mils of rain here over the past couple of days, and it's still coming down now really heavily. The concern is there could be another 600 mils over the next even 24 hours. And so there are 6 suburbs that are potentially badly affected and are in what's called a black zone, and those people have been told to leave by now. So there are hundreds of homes involved in that, and we were down there a little earlier today, and the locals we spoke to were keen to get out. There was a lot of effort from authorities with police and military personnel door knocking through those neighbourhoods to get people out, and authorities are concerned that maybe later today there'll be more people they have to get out from areas around those black zones as well, because the Ross River Dam is at 140% capacity. It's had controlled releases over the past couple of days, but the level keeps rising. And if this rain continues as heavy as it is, the call might go out for even more homes along the Ross River to be evacuated.
Okay, Joe O'Brien in Townsville, thank you for that update. Stay safe. For more on this, we are now joined by Senior Meteorologist Dean Narramore at the Bureau of Meteorology. Dean, what are the latest warnings up in Queensland?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Not great day for northeast Queensland. Severe weather warning current for heavy to locally intense rainfall that could lead to life-threatening flash flooding between Cardwell down towards Ayr. That does include the areas of Ingham, Rolling Stone and Townsville, and it does extend inland to Charters Towers. But we're most concerned about those on and adjacent to the coastal areas and into the ranges, particularly between the Ingham and Townsville area, where we're continuing to see torrential rainfall dropping anywhere from 50 to 80 millimetres an hour for multiple hours, and that rain extends over the Townsville area as well. And just in the last 48 hours, we've seen falls of 1 metre of rain fall around the Rolling Stone area, and it is still pouring rain there at the moment. We also have major flood warnings current on the Herbert River, which is at Ingham, approaching the records we saw way back in March 1967, and similar to, I think, February 2008 around the Halifax area. We've also got major flooding on the Ross River, the Bowley River and the as well, and they've also got moderate flood warnings through the Tully and the Murray River as well. And with all this rainfall, we could likely see some of those warnings increase as we move through the afternoon and evening as all that water continues to pour into our rivers.
Dean, is it possible to know yet when this might start to ease off?
Yeah, look, that is the question, isn't it? Unfortunately, this rain's going to continue all today and much of tonight, so we're really concerned about residents and communities living on or near any rivers, creeks and streams, you know, from the Herbert River all the way down to around the Townsville area, because we're likely to see further rainfall today and tonight. Tomorrow, it looks like we might still get some lighter rain, but still widespread rain with local heavy falls, likely between, again, that Tully to Ayr region. And then finally easing maybe as we move into Monday evening and Monday night. But even through Tuesday and Wednesday, we could see areas of rain, showers and thunderstorms across much of northern Queensland, including our already flood-affected areas. So unfortunately, we still have a couple of days to go of rainfall.
Okay, Dean Narramore, thank you for keeping across it for us.
Cheers.